Crack open a cold one because I got your boy Jason Coy from Camo Caravan.
I've always wanted to be a chef. Food has always been kind of my love. I wanted to create a world of pure imagination, or whatever you want to call it.
Created this ourselves, but what a privilege it is to say that it's ours.
And if people came to hang out with us and get burgers, that was cool.
It's Hoptown's very own Disneyland.
It's like the most helpless you could feel. You can't catch as an eagle that has an elbow. Yeah, so like, oh, the screaming chickens.
Clip that.
We're in the business of providing hospitality and comfort for people. But I just love people. I just talking to people.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Creative Chaos. My name is Hunter Ezell, and at the time of recording this, I did not take any steps to the front door. I slid the whole way. It is a disaster out there. I hope by the time you're seeing this, all the snow's gone. If it's not, crack open a cold one because I got your boy Jason Coy from Camo Caravan sitting across from me today.
In the house.
Come on, bro.
In the house, man. Can we cuss on this thing? No. Okay.
Yeah, you can do what you want.
Okay.
I won't cuss. You can cuss. But, you know, we're here.
No, we'll keep it clean. We'll keep it PG.
We're here, you know, talk about food spots in Hoptown. It's home of the Farrell's Hamburger. It's home of the Woodshed. It's home of the Mixer. And for the past, how long y'all been doing the thing?
So we first opened in 2022 on North Drive. And we picked Hopkinsville because of the history of the small businesses here.
Mhm.
We love the fact that Farrell's was here, Davo's was here, Krusty Pig came later, but the Mixer was here. And we wanted to get back to our roots, the small town vibe, the home cooking, and Hopkinsville felt very comfortable to us. They welcomed us with open arms, and that is why we created Camo Caravan here in Hopkinsville. It felt like the right fit for us.
So like I said, you got your Mixer, you got your Davos, you got your Woodshed, you got your Horseshoe, the OG, the Horseshoe.
Oh, yeah.
You got your Farrell's. And on the Mount Rushmore of Hoptown food, of course, I will not leave anybody out. There's too many good businesses to name. But on that Mount Rushmore, for me, we got Camo Caravan.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
Dog.
that. I appreciate it, man.
Dog.
Yeah.
I pulled up on him yesterday.
Tell the story.
Walked in there with my Russian hat. You saw it 2 episodes ago.
It was beautiful.
And, dog, that Metallica to get you going. I'm a big foodie. You know it. My thing with the podcast is I wanted to make sure that I did a food review almost every episode. So I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to have people to make the food on the episode. So here we are.
And you're not even a patty melt guy.
I'm not even a patty melt
And
guy.
you got the Meltalica, which is
Bro.
our version of the patty melt.
Bro, so, like, take me back to the very beginning. If you can go as far back to when you come out your mother's womb and opened up your eyes.
Man, that far back. Well, you know, I'm an old man now. I grew up in the 80s, so we're going to take you way back. I am a native of the Bay Area in California.
Was it like San Francisco, Oakland?
Yeah, I grew up in Oakland, California.
Okay.
Single mom. I'm an only child.
Mhm.
Never really knew my father. You know, that old adage, that story. Upon graduation from high school, even before that, I've always wanted to be a chef. Food has always been kind of my love. And it all started when I was in high school. I
Mhm.
made a cheesecake for this lady I was fond of.
Yeah.
And I brought it to her and I said, hey, I made this.
Mhm.
What do you think? And I ended up getting the date. So that's when I first learned that food and connection go hand in hand.
Absolutely it does.
My biggest inspiration, if you've ever been to Camo Caravan, then you know this, was Willy Wonka. The movie kind of transformed everything for me. I wanted to be like Willy Wonka. I wanted to create a world of pure imagination, or whatever you want to call it, where we use creativity and artistry and make food and give it to the world and make people happy, provide an outlet, provide a release from reality for a couple minutes. So that's where it all first started. So the plan was I was going to go to culinary school when I graduated high school, but I ended up joining the military instead because I knew I could learn how to cook and get paid. So that was my whole plan. I'll learn how to cook. The Army will pay me. Then I'll get out of the Army, open a restaurant, and the rest will be history.
Right.
But I ended up falling in love with the military and ended up staying and made a career out of it and ended up doing 23 years in the military. So I'm a retired master sergeant. My counterpart, Eric, is a retired warrant officer. So my dream took a 23-year detour, you know what I'm saying? But we still got there, which is never give up on your dreams, baby.
Bro,
You're never too old.
It's never ever too late to start something, though.
That's true.
So, what was your military life like?
It was hectic, very hard. Like I was in the military in the 90s, which was a great time to be in the military. I really missed that time. After we transitioned past the 90s into after 9/11 happened, everything really changed. The war was too long. We had a lot of deployments, a lot of time away from family. Thankfully, I made it back safe from every journey I was on. A lot of us didn't, you know, so much love and respect to those who gave all. And very proud of my duty. It was hard, a lot of long hours. I had a great time. I learned a lot. It really taught me how to be a man, how to be a leader, how to work hard for what you want. People that count on you. And that's another thing, because I was in food service in the military as well. And that's when I really learned that food can really change the environment that you're in, because when you're a young soldier and you're going through it and you're in the field all day and you're digging foxholes or you're on these missions and you're on these long convoys, when they get to us and we get to feed them a hot meal after a long day on a cold night, it just changes their whole attitude, you know? So that's when we really felt that, man, we're really making a difference out here, providing a little bit of spark, a little bit of motivation.
Would you say that your food in the military was like, was it better than most other people that did that type of stuff in the military?
I think military food is very underrated.
Yeah. I don't know. I had the superintendent on a couple, maybe like 10 episodes back.
Yeah.
He brought me an MRE.
Well, MRE is a different story.
Oh, my God.
That's a different story.
Bro, Logan, what did he say? He said he brought me like tuna and he was like, mix it up. I said, you absolutely out of your mind.
Yeah. Yeah. MRE is a whole different thing. Yeah. But we have dining facilities on the bases like Fort Campbell, where I was stationed. We have a facility there where we actually make cafeteria style food. But the recipes are really good. A lot of us had free reign to amplify things, make things taste better. If you had certain brigade commanders that were controlling your facility, they let you have just full run of make whatever you want. Really? So we were able to like produce really awesome food. Cool.
Yeah. So where all did you go while you were in the military?
Man, you name it, I've been there. I was stationed in Alaska for 3 years. Yeah. The coldest I ever saw it was 70 below with the wind chill.
But that hurt.
And we were out in a tent when that was going down. That was a miserable time.
It gets to a certain point where it's so cold. Like I think Saturday morning is supposed to be -7.
Yeah.
And it gets to a certain point where it don't feel like nothing. It just hurts.
Right.
It just hurts.
And see, I'm not one of those people that, you know, I'm not the person that's trying to one up everybody and be like, oh, I was in -70. Cold is cold.
Absolutely.
I've been in Virginia when it was 4 degrees and it was cold. You know,
right.
Cold is cold. It doesn't matter.
We was in Death Valley a couple years ago and it was 127.
And that's even worse.
Yeah. Would you rather be cold or hot?
I'd rather be cold.
Me too.
I'd rather be cold.
Because you know you can bundle up.
You can't run from the heat.
But you can't run around in public butt naked. Yeah. That's what you have to do.
True. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, dude, that's crazy. So you've been to Alaska?
So I went to Alaska. I actually worked in a military prison at Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. That was an experience.
Ain't nothing out there, dog.
There's nothing in Leavenworth, Kansas. Where the worst of the worst war criminals are, and I was responsible for feeding these guys. So that was a trippy experience. I spent a lot of time at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, where I jumped out of airplanes and I was part of the 82nd Airborne, which was cool. I've been to Thailand, I've been to Germany, I've been to France, I've been to the Ukraine, I've been to Kuwait, I've been to Poland. I've been everywhere.
So that brings me to another that just popped in my head. The thing that I get intrigued about the most about people that see these countries that the U.S. military gets deployed to is that they make them out to be these war-ridden countries. If you look at the countryside of a country like Iraq, you would never ever be able to tell. Could you? Do you? Have you ever seen anything like that? Like, you get into a country and then you think it's going to be absolutely bananas, and then it's just like you walk outside.
Well, see, the fortunate thing for my career was I was never in really harm's way.
Mm-hmm.
I was in bases like Camp Buehring, Kuwait,
Mm-hmm.
where it was real safe, not a lot of threat.
Mm-hmm.
In the rear with the gear is what they say. Um, my favorite war stories to tell are I get people kind of amped up. I'm like, you've seen the movies, right, where those special trained guys are they're on a mission and it's dark and they got night vision goggles on and they're about to infiltrate an enemy base and people are like, yeah, you're one of those guys. Like, nah, I was the guy that fed those dudes.
Even better.
Yeah.
That's,
I'm the one that handed them a sack lunch with an extra juice
that's
box
me,
in it.
bro. I
Like,
said,
here you go,
look,
man. Hey, good luck out there, guys.
I said,
You
but
know?
it was people like you that kept them going, though.
Yeah, I fueled the fight.
Yeah,
I wasn't in the fight.
You fueled the fire that
Yeah.
kept it going.
Yeah.
You fueled the fire that kept the place going up. That's gonna be me. They always talked about. I'm not even sure the draft rules or even anything now. But my mama used to tell me, she was like, "Son, if it ever comes down to it, you're gonna get drafted." I said, "What are they gonna do with me?"
Yeah.
I'm gonna be out there. I'll be taking photos of these jokers.
Yeah.
It
It all depends on the job they give you. I wanted to be a cook from day one.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, my recruiter was really good. He tried talking me out of it. He was like, "Man, that's like the worst job in the military." I was like, "I don't care. Like that's all I
Yeah.
want to do." Like I was focused and I had a vision. This is what I want to do. So that's what we did.
You was a cool version of like the lunch lady. It sounded like.
Yeah, I like to think of the movie Under Siege with Steven Seagal.
Mhm.
Remember, he was the cook,
Mhm.
but he was also kind of a badass.
Mhm.
I like that movie.
Yeah, you pretty solid with it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, which country did you enjoy the most while you were at?
Thailand was the best.
I bet.
We got to do a lot of good training out there, joint training. I got to do some jungle training in Thailand, which was crazy. We actually encountered some snakes and cobras, and
My man was in a Jungle Book.
yeah, they led us out there and said, "Hey, we didn't have food or supplies or anything," and they just said, "Hey, you got 3 days. Try to survive." And we had
Jay just dropped you.
This dropped us off, and I mean, luckily we had some rangers with us that knew the land, and so we were able to find water sources. We were able to find food sources. They showed us how to make fires and cook things, and we ate things I never thought I would eat. We ate cobra, we ate gecko, we ate wild chickens. We ate
Most of it probably tastes like chicken.
It was great. Yeah, it was great.
That's
All was
crazy.
good stuff. Yeah.
So, what's the craziest thing you've ever eaten though? Out in those parts?
Well, the craziest thing we've ever done is so there was a ceremony they held after we caught a cobra in our campsite. A cobra now, and everything I've learned from movies and what I've been told, cobras are no good. You get bitten by a cobra, you're pretty much toast, right? So we had these things in our campsite. So some guys caught one and we killed it. And I guess the ritual is, hey, we drain the blood of the cobra and they put it into this like Thai moonshine that they make, and they pass it around as kind of like a ceremony.
Off the rocks, off cobra blood is crazy.
So we all took a drink of the cobra blood moonshine, and then we ate it. Hey, so that was the craziest thing I ever experienced.
New business idea for you, Casey Jones Distillery. Yeah. Hey, real quick,
Cobra blood moonshine.
Hey, shout out Peg and AJ. They retired
shout out.
today.
Yeah, I love Peg. Me and her are really close. A lot of great memories with Casey Jones and Peg, and we did a lot of pop-ups out there. They really took care of us.
Come on.
Actually, Peg is the one that really jump-started us, because when Eric and I were just in a tent cooking off a grill, before we even became Camo Caravan, she took a chance on us and let us set up shop over there at Casey Jones, and the community really got to know us out there.
Yeah.
You know, so
It's
shout
really
out to Peg.
awesome. I really think it is the people that that take a chance on you.
Exactly.
Really,
Yeah.
really young that you just never forget.
Right. Never.
You know, for me, mine personally is Carter Hendricks and Brooke Young. I'll never forget those people for as long as I live. I was a little 20-year-old bumpkin.
Yeah.
They took me in, bro. They
Yeah.
said, go. And now I'm going everywhere.
Right.
But dude, that's crazy that you're just over here telling me these stories like, I drank the blood of a cobra. And I'm like,
yeah. Now I feel like I'm one with the reptiles. You know, like they'll leave me alone now because I'm scared to death of snakes. That's one of my biggest fears.
You ever see them TikToks or them videos of them people that are like, these people in this room have no idea that I drank the blood of a cobra or something like that. You ever seen those?
Yeah.
Whenever I brought Jason up to the studio, he immediately went to my wrestling belt collection that I have up here.
Yes. It's no secret that we're big wrestling fans.
Oh, we're going to have a time today.
At Camo Caravan.
But the reason why I brought that up is this guy, he was like, these people in this room have no idea I was the guy that hugged on CM Punk when he came back.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
Yep.
But, dude, that's crazy. Been to Kuwait, all sorts of stuff. Is there any place that you haven't been that you want to go to?
I mean, not really. Paris was always like number one on my list. Like my bucket list was
It's the
Paris.
culinary capital of the world.
Exactly. And I've been there twice.
Yeah.
So I got to do a whole culinary adventure out there. I got to, see the Eiffel Tower. I actually went to Disneyland Paris when I was out there.
How was that?
It was just like Disneyland America.
Really?
Yeah. It was,
All right, Logan, knock it off the list. We don't have to go now.
It was dope. It was dope. Expensive.
Yeah.
But so that was always number one was Paris because, like you said, culinary capital of the world. I had to go there, and I went there twice. But
people always say that Paris and France, they're not what they do a very good job making themselves look like something they're not.
They do a very good job of not really liking us.
Yeah.
That's what they do a good job of.
So,
I've noticed a lot of the low. I went to a couple coffee shops off the beaten path, and when they found out I didn't speak French or I was American, they definitely treated me a lot different.
That's tough.
It's tough. But I didn't care. I was eating good food. It was all good.
Bro, that's nuts. Well, that's one thing you and I have in common is we love to get around and go.
I'm down for whatever.
Yeah.
It's always been a goal of mine. I'm a very big bucket list guy. I'm one of those kind of people that I don't want to die with regret. I want to try it all. Even if I fail, I tried it.
Right.
So everything I've ever wanted to do, I've attempted it. Always wanted to jump out of airplanes. I did that. Always want to go to Paris. I did that. And now I've always, since I was, as far as I can remember, 7, 8 years old, wanted to open a restaurant. I always wanted my own restaurant.
Dude, that's awesome.
And now we're doing that. So I'm just checking the list. You know what I'm saying? Just checking it off.
Isn't it just crazy let's talk about you just having something up here and then seeing it come into fruition, Isn't that just like the most mind-blowing thing ever is that like you just have an idea and then it snowballs?
It's nuts, man. And I saw an interview with Ice Cube recently, who's one of my heroes, NWA, of course, California, shout out. But he said it the best. He said, if you're not willing to invest 5 years into something that you're not going to make a nickel off of or a quarter off of, then you don't really want it that bad.
Right.
And I decided that with the restaurant, against all the smartest people that I know, all said, hey, don't do that. That's like the worst thing you can do. If you talk to investment people, if you watch investment interviews, they'll all tell you opening a restaurant's the worst investment. It's the worst idea. They just don't make money. The profit margins are way too small. So I said, I get it if it's not, if you go into it wanting to make money, you're probably going to fail. But if you go into it because it's a lifelong dream and it's a passion, and whether it makes money or not doesn't really affect your life, then you should do it, And so I got into a position where I could roll the dice a little bit. And if it didn't work out, it wasn't going to hurt me too bad.
Right.
So I had that kind of going for me as
Mhm.
well. It's like, hey, I have this vision. Let's just try it. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
Right.
But we'll be okay. You know,
Mhm.
I'll go get a job doing something else, and
Right.
we'll be fine. But I have to try.
Mhm.
You know, and I'm sure you have the same kind of
And I
intuitions. Like,
think
I gotta try this thing.
to add on what you just said, I think the number one thing that separates the people who make it from the people who don't make it is that I feel like a lot of people end up doing things. I feel like there's a lot of people in my industry specifically that pick up a camera just because they want to make money.
Yeah.
You know, or they open a restaurant just because they think it will make them money.
Right.
I think your success and your business growth comes from you actually enjoying what you love to do.
Right.
You know, and I mean, I like what I do. I don't know about you, but I love what I do.
Yeah, we were talking about this the other day. You know, I've been putting in probably 80 hours a week right now at Camo Caravan, just trying to get everything off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And I roll out of bed every single morning excited. I'm excited to come back to work.
Because
Excited.
you created this life for
Exactly.
yourself.
Right.
It's your dream.
Right.
And there's this guy that yells these motivational quotes on TikTok, and he said, "What a privilege it is to be burdened by the task that you wish you had."
Right.
I'm getting choked up thinking about it. You know, what a privilege it is to be stressed out about having all the tasks that you wish you used, you know, that you wanted to have one day, you know? And it's like the things that we the things that we stress ourselves out about, and you know, it might be 80 hours, you know. I worked at Starbucks 35 hours a week. I stopped doing that to put 80 hours in. Logan's in the other room doing admin work for the film company, and it's just like we created this ourselves, but what a privilege it is to say that it's ours.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
it's awesome. And dude, I mean, literally, like, and it's crazy that, like, it's one thing whenever you have a restaurant, but it's another thing whenever it's like completely yours and your mind, body, and spirit fully encapsulate that restaurant.
Right.
You walk up in that place, dog, you like, whoa,
Yeah. It's
everything.
It's a crazy place.
My Lord.
Yeah.
So, bro, let's talk about you and your business partner, Eric.
Yes.
How'd y'all come to meet?
So Eric and I were stationed together at Fort Campbell, and we were on the Fort Campbell culinary team together. So the culinary team, every installation has one, and every year around the March time frame, they send a team from that installation to Fort Lee, Virginia, to compete in like an armed forces Olympics kind of thing. So you have different categories that you enter into, and then you just go cook your ass off, and the judges, you know, give you medals. And then at the end of the competition, which is about 4 days long, they award the best installation culinary team or whatever. So Eric and I met doing that, and then became pretty close. We hit it off immediately, and again in those days we were spending 16, 17 hours a day together, just trying to come up with unique, creative things to bring to Fort Lee to try to win some medals. And so we spent a lot of time together. You know, we hit it off, like I said, immediately. And then I ended up getting shipped off to Fort Riley, Kansas. And then he ended up getting shipped off somewhere else. And then we both retired here, which was cool. So I retired here. I stayed here. He retired here. And I just called him up one day and I was like, hey, let's go to the casino, man, have some beers. And let's try to do something. Because what you don't realize, when you're in a military environment for 23 years and it's just go, 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 work, 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 always on the move, and then it's over and you're retired now, it's like, what do I do with myself? And my whole life, since I can remember, I've had a job since I was 14. You know, I used to clean up dirty oil spills in the auto shop and wash rags and do all that kind of crap for like $20 a day when I was 14. I've always had this work ethic where I just had to be doing something. I had to be at work. And so now we're both retired and it's over. And it's like, what do we do now?
Right.
So we had a meeting together at the casino, and we're like, hey, let's do something together. Let's go into business. Our first idea was maybe catering. Um, so we did a couple catering gigs together, and we found out we gel really well. So a lot of people, that's another thing people say is don't ever get a business partner
Mhm.
because, but I disagree with that because Eric and I we're like the yin and the yang. I'm this crazy, creative, artistic, head in the clouds dreamer dude,
Mhm.
and he's like, "Hey, bro, like this is the realness, the realness of it. This
Right.
is what needs to happen.
Right.
Come down from the clouds a little bit, and let's figure this out first." So
Mhm.
you kind of need that, because I'm all about what's the next big thing? Let's spend the money. Let's go all out. And he's like, hey, well, wait, let's do this first. Let's take care of this first. So he kind of really keeps us grounded.
That sounds like me and Logan to a T.
Exactly.
I'll let
Right.
you. I'll let you figure out who's who.
Yeah. So it's you need somebody to like pull you back down and
Mhm.
say, hey, let's settle down a little bit. Um, and then we said, well, hey, let's start looking for a kitchen we can rent out for our culinary or our catering business. So we looked around Clarksville. We looked around um, Hopkinsville. We were just trying to find a kitchen just to cater out of.
Right.
And we just came across the spot on North Drive that we used to be at. And I was like, well, why just rent the kitchen? Let's just open a restaurant.
Mhm.
It would be a lot easier. Let's just do what we were going to do and just do it here. And people will come to us and eat here.
Mhm.
So that was the goal. And then me and him just wanted something to do, saw a place to hang out. Couple dudes cooking burgers. We have our own spot. It was like a man cave away from home almost, where we could be doing something, get out of the house. Um, and if people came to hang out with us and get burgers, that was cool. If they
Mhm.
didn't, that was cool too. We were just trying to do something.
Mhm.
And that was almost 4 years ago. And now we are in this massive, crazy, with the community behind us. Never thought it would. We never thought it would turn into this. Like
Well,
we
bro,
never
it's
thought it
because
would.
your heart's in it. Everybody, people, they always ask me, how do I get my business to thrive? I was just talking about that to somebody today.
Mhm.
It's because people see your heart in
Right.
it. You just can't start something and just immediately put it on autopilot.
Right.
Oh, well, people know that I do this, they'll come.
Right.
Do they see that you want them to come?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I feel like with every post that you guys put on the internet, it's very prevalent that you care about every single person that walks through the door.
So the crazy thing that I realized in doing this is, even though we own Camo Caravan, we don't see ourselves as the owners of it. The community owns Camo
Right.
Caravan.
Right.
Our job is just to be the caretakers of it,
Because
to
the
make
community
sure
is what makes the business.
exactly. And that was the whole reason we started this movement, where we wanted to create a place where the community could just come hang out, social gather, get off their phone for a second, escape reality for a second. We could try to provide maybe just one positive thing through their day.
Mhm.
Like, hey, we don't know what you're going through, but we know if you come hang out with us and have a burger and chill and talk to us, we can be that one bright spot, maybe that one positive moment in your day. And that's what we want the community to have. So we created it for them.
It's Hoptown's very own Disneyland, y'all.
Exactly. And so now we believe that the community really does own the restaurant. They are Camo Caravan, and we're just making sure we don't mess it up. We're just caretakers of it. So that's how we go to work every day. It's like
Mhm.
this is something we have to do for the
Mhm.
community. You know what I mean? So that's how we look
So,
at it.
how'd you get the name Camo Caravan?
So the camo part is obviously an homage to our military service,
Mhm.
because I wore camouflage for 23 years,
Mhm.
right? So we wanted to at least honor that part of our lives, the camo part. And then caravan is came from just our ability throughout the years to move around and make pretty much any place our home.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'd pull up into some just shady, deserted, crazy, nasty situations and like, hey, we're living here for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Whatever. Let's just set up shop and try to make it as comfortable as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where the caravan part is just the ability to adapt, which is exactly what we did. Hopkinsville kind of adopted us, and we've adapted and made this our home now. And it just it seemed like it would fit,
Mm-hmm.
and then but I think the crazy thing was our logo when we first started was a van, like the
Mm-hmm.
caravan, like and it represented our travels and our eventual landing in Hopkinsville where we're here to stay. And so a lot of people thought we were a food truck when we first came out.
Mm-hmm.
We never had a food truck. We were mobile. We had a tent and a grill we used to set up and go everywhere with, but we never really had a food truck. So that confused a lot of people. And then our old sign in North Drive was the van,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people would drive by, and when they finally would stop in, when we started, becoming something, they would say, "I always thought this was like a auto repair shop or something because there was a van out front."
Bro, these folk in town,
I
bro.
was like, "Bro, it says restaurant underneath the van," but
Oh my gosh, that's silly.
it was fun. It was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Once business started really picking up, and we had to start hiring people, that was a whole nother crazy step. And then about business, you got to learn business stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got to pay our sales tax, we got to pay employee tax, we got to pay this, we got to make payroll. And then it's like all the things that you never think about when you first start something.
People, whenever it comes to starting a business, they're like, "Oh, it can't be that bad."
It's
Oh,
yeah,
buddy.
it's crazy. Yeah.
Oh, buddy. Thank
And of
God
course,
for.
like we do everything, we just jumped right into it
Mm-hmm.
and then started learning as we went.
Absolutely.
And it was a hard learning curve.
But once you get the hang of it, though, you're chilling.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
chilling. It's just the hardest step is starting.
Right.
Hardest step is starting. But I know that there's a hard point for y'all with the flood.
The flood. The flood that ended us,
Yeah.
almost ended
Oh
us.
my gosh.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about the flood from Halo. We talk about the flood in
Yeah.
Hoptown.
What do they call it? The 100-year flood or
Bro,
whatever.
I tell you what, I ain't never in my life. Of course, I had known that it had like gotten bad.
Yeah.
Known it had gotten bad, and we first of all, R.I.P. the pet lodge. Our
Yes.
dog Ruby, she spent a lot of days there. Max, our corgi, he didn't get to do much there, but she did. And it broke my heart to see that whole section of North Drive just get
It was
flooded.
insane.
It happened really fast.
It was so we got a call. I want to say it was 3-4 in the morning, April 5th, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
from the fire department. And they were like, "Hey, do you have anybody inside your building right now?" And we were like, "Oh no, like the building's on fire," right?
Mm-hmm.
You always think like worst case scenario.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, "Hey, well, what's going on?" They're like, "Oh, there's 3 feet of water surrounding your building, and it's just getting deeper. Is there anybody inside?" We're like, "Oh no, no one's in there right now." And they were like, "Okay, all right, cool." So, we immediately like get our things together and we want to drive out and like see what's going on. And of course, they had everything blocked off, so we couldn't see anything. We couldn't go see. We could see the building in the distance from what Max's gas station, and just the water. And it's like the most helpless you could feel. You can't do anything, and you just sit there and look at it, and you start thinking like, here's your dream. And we had been there for 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
and we were just like starting to catch our momentum. Like and that's the other thing, like in business, it takes time to get to where you want to be.
Absolutely.
Everybody wants like this. We're in this like age of instant success. I want instant notoriety, instant success,
instant gratification.
I want to make money now.
It's all because of the internet.
But they don't understand like these things take time.
Absolutely.
So we
long-term success takes time.
Exactly. So we had like a 3 to 5 year plan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, we're not going to make anything for at least 3 to 5 years. We were set on that. We understood it. So we're in year 3. Things are looking good. We're starting to make a little bit of money. I was like, hey, we're on our way. And then the flood happens.
Yeah.
And once the water receded and we were able to get inside the building, it was just devastating. It was just like, wow.
How high did it get up in the building?
I think it got like 3.5 feet inside.
Really?
So everything that was plugged in was fried.
That's about as tall as my sister.
Yeah, everything that was plugged in was fried. We lost all the inventory, the food, because electricity went out. And the thing that they don't tell you, like, of course, we didn't have flood insurance. The guy who owned the building didn't have flood insurance.
Was that a flood zone?
It's not a flood. I don't think it was a flood zone.
Really?
And even worse than that, on all of our equipment that we lost, if you read the fine print in the warranties of your equipment, it does not cover flood damage. So everything that got fried, we were just a total loss on. So what really, but the light that came was we reached out for help on Facebook, said, hey, we need some help moving stuff out of here. Because we moved everything we could salvage into a storage unit just to get it out of the building so it wouldn't mold up and all that kind of stuff. I mean, the fire department came out, community came out, people were bringing us food and bagels and coffee. And so that was the real, like, transition point to where I was like, bro, I was talking to Eric, I was like, bro, like, the community really loves us, man. Like, I know this sucks and we're in a bad spot, but I don't think we can give this up, man. The community really loves us here. You know, they're showing that. And so once we got everything cleared out and cleaned up and salvaged what we could, we had to start thinking about the next step. And so I was like, well, we could go back to the tent and the grills and the pop-ups and all that kind of stuff, because our employees were awesome. And they're like, hey, we're not going anywhere. Like, we're here with you guys. Like, what are we doing next? All right, we have the support of the community. We have the support of our team. Let's try to do something. You know, let's try to figure it out. And so while we're figuring it out, we're doing pop-ups. We're going back to Casey Jones. We're popping up at the brewery. You know, anywhere that would have us, we're just popping up and just cooking and just trying to get some money together. And then that's when Tyler, who owned the Bourbon Society at that time, he called and he was like, hey, what's up? You know, and he had been trying to reach out to us for a while, because he always wanted to do like some kind of collaboration effort with the Bourbon Society. And at this time, he was like, I just want you guys to take the Bourbon Society and let's rehaul Camo Caravan here. And so I took that as kind of our sign to carry on. Like, okay, you know, the community's behind us. Our staff is here. We got a building. We have, you know, there's potential here. And so that's how it all went down, really.
Bro, it's an incredibly huge spot, too.
It is very scary, because we went from about 40 seats to like almost 100 now.
Come on.
We almost tripled in size.
Yeah.
And that's scary.
Have you filled that up yet?
We have, yeah.
Come on, bro. Look at that.
We filled it up.
Dude, isn't it just an awesome feeling, though?
It is awesome. It is scary. It is, it's unreal when, like we talked about earlier, with the, when you just start with an idea and it's just you and your buddy, and we're making back then maybe 10, 12 hamburgers a day to passerbys that just stop in and see what you're about. And now here we are, like, fully booked, 100 seats.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Bro, that's awesome. But, dude, it's because, you know, people that come in there because, you know, food's good, vibes are great. How do you come up with some of these, you know, food variations? Like,
so a lot of it has to do with our travels, for sure. I've been everywhere. I've eaten everywhere. I'm like you. I'm a foodie. I always have been my whole life. So there's parts of California and what we do, and Eric's from Texas, so there's parts of Texas. And then there's also parts of, like, Germany. So that's where, like, the Screamin' Chicken Sandwich is an homage to Germany, because I went out to eat one night in Germany, and I got a schnitzel sandwich, and they served this pounded out fried pork chop.
Huge.
That was this big.
Huge.
And it had this little bun on it. and I was like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. And that is what actually became the Screaming Chicken for us. So we do the same concept. We take chicken instead of pork, and we just keep pounding that thing and just see how big we can get it. And it's just the customers love it. They think it's real fun when they get it, you know. Um, and then the Screaming Chicken, the name came from actually being a part of Fort Campbell 101st Airborne Division. People used to make fun of us, call us the Screaming Chickens, because the patch is an eagle that has its mouth open. Yeah, so like, oh, the Screaming Chickens are here.
Clip that. Clip that.
Screaming Chickens are here.
That's crazy.
But everything else, like I said, I'm a huge wrestling fan. So Nacho Man Randy Savage, that's the nachos, right?
Come on.
Oh
yeah, brother.
Yeah. The cream rises to the top.
I swear, cream of the crop.
And then the Meltalica, of course, Metallica, one of the best bands of all time.
You
One of
ever
my
seen them,
favorite
bro?
bands. I missed them when they were in Nashville. I really wanted to
on
go.
my birthday last
I really
year.
wanted to go to Nashville.
What a blessing.
Metallica and Limp Bizkit together, right? Did you go when Limp Bizkit was with them?
So it was them, Suicidal Tendencies, and oh my gosh, who else was it? It was them and Suicidal Tendencies and one other band that I'm probably gonna get absolutely kicked for because I can't remember them.
Yeah.
But I had 2-day tickets and I couldn't go to this next one because we had to fly out early for a wedding somewhere.
Yeah.
But dude, that's awesome. You got any ideas cooking in the chamber that you like? Hey, stay tuned about.
Well, what we like to do, we like to tease people a lot. So we'll come up with something new and we'll only run it for like a week, and then it goes to the memory bank. It goes to like away in a file, recipe file, and then every now and again we like to reach back into that file and say, hey, what haven't we run in a while?
I think the peanut butter and jelly cheesecake needs to come back.
Yeah, that's coming back soon.
Yeah,
that's coming back soon. But we have like our Players Club chicken sandwich. It's coming back. We have a lot of it. So here's the thing. Like I said, I'm the dreamer. I'm the crazy one. I'm always 100 miles an hour. So I want to do all these things. And then, like I said, Eric will pull me back and be like, hey, bro, let's just make sure we get our systems down first.
Right.
Let's train our staff first.
Because you got to look at these things like these things might be good for like maybe one or two sandwiches, but like it's something like that feasible for large production.
Exactly. Right.
You know,
right.
I think like a lot of people don't get that. You know, I constantly was like, why'd they make the volcano menu from Taco Bell disappear? You know, and they bring it back periodically. It increased. That's why the nacho fries was disappearing every now and then. It increased customer excitement, drove their sales up.
Exactly. But you also have to think about how's that going to affect labor? How's that going to affect prep? Like you said, okay, what are we going to do if a full table orders one? Like it's a complicated sandwich.
That's tough.
It's hard to throw those things together.
And you just don't think about that, you know? It's like, because I worked at the mixer for a while there, and like that totally changed my my mindset when it come to the food industry.
Yep.
It's like,
it's about production and it's about consistency.
Yes.
Right. So I can probably make this good once, but can I make it over and over the same every time? And then can I train someone else to make it like I make it if I'm not there?
Right.
That's the hard part.
Have you guys got a pretty good team now?
We're getting there. We have a good core group team. Sam is still with us. She's been with us forever. Shout out to Sam. Love you.
She'd go always take my order.
Oh, did she take your order the other night? Maybe.
I think so.
Sam's been with us for almost 3 years now. We have Chris, who's behind the bar, the good-looking dude with the beard. He's probably my.
Well, that narrows it down.
Yeah, he's my culinary soulmate, dude.
Yeah,
Chris. Like he's my guy. I would go to the ends of the earth for that dude. And then we have Martino is our head chef in the kitchen.
Tino, I know Tino. He was over at the mixer back in my in my tenureship.
Tino's with us now.
Come on,
He's running our kitchen. So we have a good core group, and now we're in the training phase. So, but I've been hiring everybody.
Yeah.
If you come in and fill out an application, you're getting hired.
Come on,
just to see what you got. We'll bring you in for a day. We'll run you through the mill, run you through the system, And if you fit, you'll get a shot. If you don't fit, then you don't get asked to come back.
That's crazy.
That's the best way to do it I've seen. You know, and then I'm trying to build a super team. I'm trying to
Right. You're trying to build your Infinity Gauntlet.
right. We're trying to take this thing to the next level. We're trying to be the catalyst for the entertainment district downtown, which is about to explode.
It's coming.
You know, we got the girls are opening the bar. The Lucky You bar is coming
Shout out
soon.
Taylor.
Shout out Taylor and Dakota. The bar is coming. We're there. Everyone's excited. When we did the opening ceremony for the entertainment district, everybody in downtown had record sales that night.
Yeah.
So we've shown that the people want it. They'll come out for it as long as you're providing good service.
I think you would be the perfect person to talk about this about with. I think the boom is about to come to Hopkinsville.
It is.
It's about to come, and I can see it. I was talking to somebody about it today. I may or may not have a super secret project that I am working on. I was talking to these people. I said, like, do you feel it? Like, you know, in the words of SpongeBob, do you feel it, Mr. Krabs?
Yeah,
like, bro.
Dude, I got my SpongeBob socks on, bro.
Come on, bro. Krusty Krab.
Look at that. SpongeBob socks, full effect today.
Come on, bro. But, like, seriously, like, I feel it. I've been here since I was born in Clarksville, but, like, I've been here my whole life. And I see it. It's about to happen, bro.
I see it. I feel it. Everyone I talk to feels it. People are excited about it. I've talked to some guys that are real big into real estate development, and guess where they're hanging out? They're hanging out in Hopkinsville.
Exactly.
So what does that tell you?
If you only knew the stuff that's coming to Hoptown,
what does that tell you?
Exactly. Because I've done some work for some of them fellas.
Yep. And they have all the analytics. They have all the data.
Yeah.
And this is where they're hanging out.
They get the analytics because of your boy, because I've been doing stuff.
There you go.
But on the other side of stuff, the big box stuff is great. But the mom and pop stuff, you know, the small town heroes, even better. You know, you look at what the Mix are doing. Krusty Pig. You looking at the Brewing Company, Camo Caravan. You know, bro.
Yep. And I think
it's coming.
The small mom and pops are starting to make their comeback. They're going to overtake the chains because people are tired of chains. You know, they're tired of the same old chains. This another chain, and because I see it in Clarksville, people are like, dude, another chain restaurant. Like we're getting tired of it, right? The
thing to get me is that they talk about that section of the boulevard. They joke from like KFC down to Chick-fil-A. They call it the chicken strip. You know, it's like you joke about that, but dog, why you going there? There's so many other places you can get different food.
Right.
You know, go to Davo's, get some of the best chicken wings you ever have.
Yep. And we have something on our menu. It's called the Freedom of Speech, where you can come in and order a freedom of speech, and it's up to the chef to make you something that's not on the menu. So it's a surprise.
I need to do that.
And like, who offers that? You know, you can't go into O'Charlie's and get that.
It's like going to the box on COD Zombies. Like you don't know what you're going to get.
Don't know what you're going to get.
That's crazy.
But you know it's going to be fresh. You know it's going to be tasty.
So what is in your head, though? What is he just back there in the kitchen? He's like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, because we have a lot. It's like I said, it's like Willy Wonka land back there. We have everything. So it's pretty much, hey, what are you in the mood to do? You know, we have everything.
Logan, come here.
So we have sauces, we have pepper, we have all kinds of things we can mess around with.
Bro, me and Logan went to Universal this past weekend.
Yeah.
And
Universal?
We were at Universal this past weekend. We were stuck at Universal.
Yeah.
Because of the snowstorm. Did I not say with my own two lips, did I not say, man, why isn't there an actual chocolate factory or the Willy Wonka? Why isn't there any actual physical Willy Wonka?
Yeah.
I did say that because we went to the Toothsome Chocolate Emporium. You ever seen that joint?
No.
Bro, it's like this steampunk factory looking thing. They got chocolate chicken wings in the joint.
Yeah. Is it cool?
It's fantastic. There's this steampunk guy that walks around, and my friends are like, please don't let him come to me. Please don't let him come. And he's like, hello, do you like our hors d'oeuvres? And I'm like, yes, Mr. Robot, sir. And I'm like, dude, it's crazy. They got the crazy milkshakes. They got all sorts of stuff. And I'm like, you know, you don't need to have a physical Willy Wonka chocolate factory. You got Willy Wonka in Hoptown right here.
That's right. Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on, bro. I really admired the big Willy Wonka portrait above the
Yeah,
beer tap yesterday.
it's the homage. You know, we're all about just like everything that's in there. You know, we're big fans of pop culture. We're big
Mhm.
fans of just not taking ourselves seriously, man. I think
You
that's
can't
the
take
other
it
thing,
so
man.
serious,
Yeah,
bro. I feel like that's why people love y'all so much is that you don't take it serious.
right.
Anytime I come up in there, of course, I've only been to y'all new spot twice, but it's just like I encourage people that have never ever been to your spot. You will find something new to lock your eyes onto
Yep.
on the wall every time you go up in there.
Yeah, it's true because I'm always finding things, and then
Where
I'll.
do you find all your stuff at?
So I'm big. I'm a big thrifter.
Mm-hmm.
I love going to thrift stores. I
Mm-hmm.
love going to antique stores. Yard sale season, like I'm the guy up at 5 in the morning getting my coffee. You know, got my fanny pack on, bro, full of ones, and
Man,
I'm hitting the yard sales.
man, love the 400 mile. Is it the 400 mile?
The 400 mile yard sale.
You
Yeah.
love that joint, don't you?
I mean, I haven't been able to go for the past couple years because of the
Mhm.
restaurant now, but during yard sale season, you know, usually I go into work at 9 or 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm out there for a couple hours at least on Saturdays trying to
Yeah,
find my treasures
that's
to hang on the
awesome.
wall.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, dude, I admire it. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
If you look in our garage, I've got like 35 movie posters on the wall.
Yeah. It's
You know?
and then the other thing is I have a lot of stuff at home, like my personal collection,
Mm-hmm.
that I've brought out. Like if you come into Camo Caravan, you'll see this whole horror movie alley with all these horror movie characters. Like all that's from my house. You know, I'm a big giant kid, man. I collect
Bro,
toys.
me too, dude. No, I understand completely.
Yeah.
So, talking about horror films, real quick, give me your top five.
So top five, Child's Play, the original is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you see my tattoo, but it's all horror theme.
Bro, oh my God, you got Art the Clown on
Art
that
the
joke,
Clown
dude.
is Terrifier is
You got
up
the
there.
little leprechaun guy.
I got Freddy. I got
Come on.
Chucky. I got yeah. So Child's Play number one, Terrifier. Really love that movie.
First one was crazy.
Awesome. First one is awesome. I love all the Friday the 13th. I have a Jason mask tattoo as well. I love all the Halloweens. I love all the Nightmare on Elm Streets. But yeah, Terrifier Art the Clown is definitely my number one. I got to meet David Howard Thornton, who plays Art the Clown,
Really?
at HorrorCon in Atlanta. I got a picture of him. I got an autograph from him. I got to talk to Damien Leone, who directed the movie.
Dude's a freak, bro.
Got to talk to Catherine Corcoran, who is in the famous scene where she gets cut in half. You haven't seen the movie?
You know, you talk about, I don't know if you probably have already heard this, but I heard rumblings that Rhea Ripley is going to be in the next
Probably.
next one,
she
because
did.
they just did that collab.
They did a collab with the T-shirts, and
Yeah, it's
on.
awesome, dude. It's awesome. That's
She
one
wore
thing
the
about
Art the
me.
Clown mask at the pay-per-view that they
Mhm.
did. Yeah.
Bro, crazy. It was Survivor Series. It might have been War Games, I think.
I think the
But-
Royal Rumble is Saturday, isn't
Yeah.
it? The Royal
Bro, let me
Rumble
tell you
is
something.
Saturday.
Let me tell you something. Let me put you on an idea.
Okay.
WWE PLE viewing parties at Camo
Yeah,
Caravan.
yeah, that'd be dope.
That'd be crazy.
be really
You got to
dope.
get some kind of licensing stuff to do that or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I gotta look into it. That's the other thing about owning stuff.
You don't
You
understand.
gotta be careful.
Everybody's
You
like,
gotta be careful with what you do. You can't just do whatever you want. You gotta look
No.
into some licensing.
no,
and
you got to look
in- yeah,
because
yeah.
they don't care how big or small
Right.
you are.
They will find you.
I'll never forget whenever I first got started, the second video I ever put out on the internet, I used Thunder by Imagine Dragons as the song underneath it. Their Facebook account directly took that video down.
Yep.
And it's a lot of things you should say. You could say, I don't own the rights to this music.
They don't
They
care.
don't
They
care,
don't
baby.
care. Yeah, they don't
You
care.
can say that all day long. They don't care.
Right.
You gotta be real careful. So I'm glad you said that.
Be
But-
careful out there, everybody.
But
Because I used to do the same thing in the early videos of Camo Caravan. You know, I'm using Kendrick Lamar. I'm using all these, hip hop beats, and I got the same thing happen. I got hit with all these.
and these folks wonder why they ain't making no money on the
Yeah, they're
internet.
like, hey, you can't, you don't have to own the rights to that stuff. You gotta.
Your video is now sharing ad revenue
Exactly.
with the copyright owners.
Exactly. Yeah. So,
Good Lord.
and even they could say, yeah, well, it's you can alter images, and you just got to be careful. Be careful with that stuff,
Yeah.
especially AI out there now.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
Dude.
tricky.
Yeah, people just be.
But the good thing about that is, again, with the mom and pop revolution, I think we're all coming back, and we're going to be all winners here. And the good thing about Hopkinsville, we all know each other. You know, I know the owners of all the restaurants. We're all close. We're all cool. We all talk to each other. We have a text. We have a text group.
It's not competition. Bro.
There's no such thing because no one does what the other one does.
Exactly.
No one does what Camo Caravan does. So there's no competition. There's alternatives, right? But we all do different things. So we're not competing with each other. We're all.
How terrible would it be that in a small town like this, you want your people that are in the same industry as you to fail? Because you know what?
Makes no sense.
Because if they're failing, guess what? Your turn's next.
Right. That's why I promote everybody.
Absolutely.
Because, you know, rising tide lifts all boats. You've heard that before.
Yes.
Right. So I'm really excited about this. Like I said, I'm really excited about Lucky You, the bar, because that's going to impact everybody.
Absolutely.
Everyone's going to win. If there's this entertainment spot that's awesome, that serves great drinks and has a good vibe, then that's going to bring people there. And not only that, when the downtown area starts to explode, other business owners are going to be like, oh, we got to get a spot over there. And then more people are moving in. You're going to
want to secure a spot downtown.
Exactly.
Crazy. No, I know Taylor real well. She lives right behind me.
Yeah, she's great. She's a bartender right now for us. And that's been awesome. Because we want the community to get to know everybody and support everybody.
I think people really need to realize that once they start supporting what already exists and they don't have to drive to Clarksville. I was telling somebody today, it is crazy that, like, yeah, I can get to Clarksville. I can get to Target in Clarksville from my house in 19 minutes if I go the speed limit. You know, if I don't go the speed limit, you know, I can get there a lot faster. But it's like, if you acknowledge what you have in your city, there's some places in Hoptown that I have never had. I've never had China King 2 over there by Davos. But my homeboys at Newark Fellowship, they like, bro, it's the go-to spot.
Yeah.
I've never had the taco spot on North Main Street. You know, my fault. I need to try them places, you know. But, I mean, like, dude, there is so much good in this town.
There is.
I feel like a lot of people just don't acknowledge.
Well, what breaks my heart the most is when you see, like, the chat groups, like Hopkinsville Community Chat or whatever, when someone new moves into town and they're like, hey, I just moved into town. You know, what are your guys' favorite spots? And you'll read the comments and some
better off going Clarksville.
Yeah, some people are like, nothing in Hopkinsville.
Better off going Clarksville.
Yeah, stay away from Hopkinsville. Stay away from downtown.
And it's just so. I did a talk at Murray State, the Hopkinsville campus, like 2 weeks ago, and I said that Logan gonna get to edit in this podcast, and Logan keep this in here. You understand me? we gonna do it, and we gonna post a clip. It is so funny, these online hate groups and these Facebook groups, you know, before the community chat, before Stop Corruption, it was topics. You know, it was this, that, and the other. You know, these people are entitled to their opinion. But
of course,
there is somebody in this town that has made them feel some type of way.
Right.
And they're completely right and just in their opinion, because just like you and me, we are all allowed to have it. But the problem with social media is that you got everybody's opinions flying around like birds flying south for the winter. And it's just like negative opinions talk the loudest. Yeah. You know, for every positive opinion, there's 10 negative ones.
Exactly.
And it's just, you know, if you got negative stuff coming at you, though, you're doing something right, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, if you ain't got haters, I'd be worried why you ain't got no haters, personally.
And it comes with the territory, right? So in what you do, I'm sure your social media presence, you put videos, you put yourself out there, you're subjecting yourself to that, and that's part of it.
Correct.
And for us, it's the same thing. I'm serving food to people. Some people don't like it. Some people are going to have a problem with it.
If you serve one bad plate.
Right. I'm going to hear about it.
Yes.
And that's
the internet will hear about it.
And that's fine. Yeah.
But you know what? You learn from it.
Yeah.
It probably won't happen again.
Right. Exactly. And I talked to somebody who had a bad experience at Camo Caravan. I talked to them about it, and I was like, I appreciate that,
Mhm.
like, because we need to know,
Mhm.
like, if you had something happen and you didn't like it, let us know, because that helps us become better. It helps us fix things,
Right.
you know. But there are some that they're just haters. They just nothing you can do. They just wanted to have a bad day, or they're just negative people.
Ain't nothing worse than them yokels that are in these groups with not their actual names.
Right.
It's just like smuggling crab 420 or something.
Yeah.
And
User 19.
like, bro,
Yeah.
come on. Like, I know I grew up in the 4chan age, you know, the IGN message boards, stuff like that.
Right.
My username on IGN was the Flying Red Tomato.
Nice.
For Sean White, you
Yeah.
know, what's up? Little boy too fat to snowboard.
Yeah.
He'd just make a username after it. That was
Yeah.
me. And it's just like, dog, they'll get on there. They would troll me to death. I didn't know no better.
Mm-hmm.
Hate that these the older generation can't tell a difference,
Mm-hmm.
you know? But like the chat GPT responses just kill me.
Yeah. Yeah.
They kill me.
Well, you just got to be in tune with it and be able to filter all that stuff out and just know, like, hey, some people
And just click unfollow.
or
Hide
something.
this person.
Yeah.
Hide this person. For some reason, the groups that I keep unfollowing keep on coming back.
Or we have different responses. I take the lighter comedic approach to things. You know, we have someone that's followed us for a long time, and they say pretty much negative things about everything I post.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Mhm.
I don't care. And I'll always reply underneath it like, hey, man, thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks for your opinion. You're the best. Thanks for being part
Sounds
of
a
our.
lot like Logan, because I won't never react to negative stuff. I
Yeah,
won't.
I'll always put something positive underneath it.
But that's what
Like, oh, that looks disgusting. Hey, thank you. I appreciate your opinion.
that's what Dakota and Taylor were talking about. They came to my talk that I had at the Murray State Hopkinsville campus, and they said people were really giving them a hard time about that type of stuff. And I'm like, if you keep feeding the bears, they will keep coming back.
Mhm.
You know, that type of stuff. But it gets to a point, it's like you don't want to shoot the bear.
Yeah.
You know? But
Yeah.
it's just like,
Yeah.
you got to do something. But
Well, it's like I said before, it's realizing that when you put yourself in that position of where you're going to be on social media, you're going to be promoting something, you're going to
Mhm.
be trying to run a business, you're going to be, you know, trying to get the community to come hang out with you. There are going to be people that push back.
You were not going to make
Always.
everybody happy.
There's going to be someone
You
that pushes
know,
back.
whenever
It's
I
always gonna
had
happen.
whenever I had Tammy Slayton on the podcast, we would do quite a few TikToks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I showed you the video
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yesterday of her holding me like
Yeah,
a baby,
yeah.
and people would just comment like, "Gross,
Yeah.
oh." Like, you took time out of your day to be negative.
Yeah.
I hope you have a better day.
That's all you can say. Pray for
That's
them,
all you
know?
can
Yeah,
say.
I'm gonna pray for you, man.
Because that's what I was getting at. Is like these people that comment negative stuff on the internet, especially in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. It's like, what kind of day are you having? You know, I hope you have a better one. I love
Right.
you, man. I wish the best for you. I
Yep.
wish you wealth, prosperity, and happiness for the rest of your life. Because the time that you took to write a negative comment on the internet,
Yeah.
you could have made somebody smile.
Yeah.
You know?
Or I mean, if you think of it even in a more positive light, if writing that comment under my video made you feel a little bit better, then cool.
Yeah.
At least you feel a little bit better that you got that out. I gotta get this out. Okay, cool. Maybe you feel a little bit better. It's all
At the
good.
end of the day, one of the things, you know, one of the things about traveling the world and seeing the places, and you know, you could probably attest to this, being in large amounts, like, you know, large groups of people, is that each and every single person, you know, like after you leave here, you're gonna go back to your life. I'm gonna go back to mine, and there are 7.5 billion other people doing the exact same thing.
Right.
And it's like, you don't know what people are going through. You don't know what people are struggling with. That's why it's always great to be kind. But on the off chance that somebody's negative, you have to give them people a little grace. You have to be like,
Right.
what's going through their mind to where they have to act so vigorously in a negative way?
But the good news is the positive thing, in all the different cultures and countries and people having, most people are cool. most
Yeah.
people are pretty cool. Most of them. 90% of the people I met
have
are
good
pretty,
hearts.
are pretty cool.
Most people are good-hearted.
And conversation is everything. Like you said, I always make it a point. Even we're in the business of it. We're in the business of providing hospitality and comfort for people. But I just love people. I just love talking to people. Like
You got to be to have a successful business.
it's just something I like to do. I would do it anyway.
Right.
When I'm out at the grocery store, I'm, hey, how you doing? What's going on, man? You have a good day? Because that's what we need to do for each other. Just positive impacts, smile.
The world's scary, bro.
It is.
The world's scary.
It's bad.
I ain't just talking about the way it is now. It's always been scary.
Right. And we need each other more than ever now.
Absolutely.
So. And
it's just, I mean, we're about wrapping up here, but dude, if you got anything you want to say to this camera right here, you can go ahead and talk to him.
The only thing I got to say is Camo Caravan, 1016 South Main Street. The best place to follow us is on Facebook. I post a lot of videos on there. I try to keep everyone up to date with what's going on at Camo Caravan on Facebook, especially with the storm and stuff we just had, the snow. I know a lot of people out there are still struggling. We have a couple people still stuck that can't really get out, that live way out in the boonies somewhere. But Camo Caravan, like I said, it's a community gathering place more than anything. We want you to come there, feel welcome, feel at home, be taken care of, and just experience a social environment for once. My favorite thing is when I see groups of people eating together, laughing, smiling, and there's no phones out. They're just socializing. And a lot of our customers know each other, so they're coming in. It's like Cheers. Norm comes in. Hey, Norm, what's up?
Literally, bro.
I just love. It warms my heart when I see this, and I haven't seen it in a long time. And it's just, if we could just get more of that, I think if we can do that at Camo Caravan, and everyone else is doing that, we're off to a good start, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I have had an absolute blast having you on here.
Appreciate
today.
it, man.
We've been going at it for an hour, 6 minutes. Can you believe
I could talk. That's all I do is talk.
Well,
man.
dude, you've been one of my favorite guests so
Thanks,
far.
brother. Oh,
bro, look at that, man!
Breaking
Come on,
things,
got the
man.
Hulk out here. Hey, look, my name's Hunter Ezell. This is Mr. Jason from Camo Caravan. Next time I have this joker on, maybe we'll get the whole crew on. Him and Eric. Come on.
Yeah, I'll bring the whole family.
Come on, we're gonna have
Eric is busy running the restaurant right now. All love to Eric. He took the hit. He said, I'm gonna stay back, make sure the restaurant's good. And he allows me to come chase the clouds, man.
Come on, bro. But hey, look, my name is Hunter Ezell. And, dude, like we said earlier, the world is a scary place at the moment. Regardless of what you believe in, just be kind to somebody. It takes $0 to be kind to somebody. It does cost some money to go to Camo Caravan, but you
support small business.
You got it. Support your local business. My name's Hunter Ezell. This is Mr. Jason. We'll see you next time on Creative Chaos. Love you, mean it.